A young lady by the name of Michelle, who had lost all hope, showed up at a Helping Hands event. I'm going to ask Michelle if she would come at this time and share with you what happened that day.
Good morning. So I'm here to tell you about the result that I saw at Helping Hands. 13 years ago, I found my life just broken. I'm sorry. And I had no hope. I'd lost it. I was going through a divorce. I had 3 little boys and no one else. My mom had committed suicide when I was 22. So when I say I had no one, I had no one. Someone invited me to Helping Hands. I did not want to come, but I came for my boys. We had nowhere to live. We had no food. We had no hope. And I can remember standing there in that line, waiting, and my boys was just excited. It was the best day. There was free food everywhere, and they were having the time of their lives. And all I could think about was how could I commit suicide? Because I was positive that even though I had no family to take care of them, there was somebody else out there that could do a whole lot better job to provide for them than me. And as I stood in that line, I can remember that door opening up. And the first faces I saw was Pacer and Connie and Steve and Tina. And you know what they did? They didn't know me from Adam or Eve. They hugged me, and they loved on me, and they loved on my boys, and they didn't judge me that I was standing there completely helpless and homeless. They didn't care. They loved on me, and they gave me some hope. And my boys got shoes, and they got their school supplies, but it got even better. They said, come around back. We got a box for you. So I pulled around back, and it was a box of food. And my boys were ecstatic. They said, Mama, let's go home. We got food. And before I could even get out of the parking lot, they're in that box, and they're eating. And so with little happy hearts and full tummies, they said, guess what, Mama? They invited us to church tomorrow. Can we go? Okay. So we went. I was pretty mad at God. I'm not going to lie. I really was. He had let me down. I had really prayed for a miracle, and he did not show up, I thought. And so we went, and Tina gave her testimony. And I stood back in the back of the auditorium at the high school, and I crossed my arms, and I said, I will never give my testimony. I am so broken. And there was things she was saying from her childhood that was hitting me hard. I had been broken since I was 4. Well, God uncrossed my arms little by little, and these ladies started loving on me, and Gina Brewer was loving all over my boys. Because see, splitting a can of green beans for supper at night makes a mama feel like she's worthless. And she starts believing those lies that the enemy is telling her. But when you've got people speaking life into you, when you've got people that is coming forward that isn't blood family, but they're your church family, and they're stronger, and they lock arms. And when you cannot stand up anymore, they raise those arms and they hold them up for you. It gave me my hope back. And you know what God did? He made a way like I never dreamed before. He made a way, and 3 years later, I got married to a godly man. And we multiplied from my 3 boys to 5 boys to bonus kids. And we brought those bonus kids to church, and they got loved on. And let me just say right now, if you're on the fence of giving, of serving, there's a mama out there that needs you. There are boys out there that think they may literally die from starvation because their stomach is so hungry. There are kids out there that just need hope, that they're not getting it at home, but you can. Just love on them. Because I'm so thankful for the ones that gave before I came that day. They didn't know me. But if they hadn't gave, if they hadn't served, I may not be here to tell you my testimony. And as well as I believe that generational curses can go down, just like my mama did, I was contemplating it. What if I had done it? It could have kept on going down. But instead, you know what? That generational curse may have been running through, but it stopped now when it hits me. So dig deep in your heart when you think about just what you want to do for this community, because we need you. The children need you.
Thank you. Let's give Michelle a hand clap. Thank God for Michelle and Eric, their family, restoration, the love, the support, the leadership that you bring to the church, the deacons, serving discipleship. And thank God. You guys can be seated.